1. An airplane pilot manages to photograph the calm before the storm. From 32,000 feet in the air, Christian Van Heist photographed a thunderstorm. In all likelihood, you won't see that very often. 2. 2 steps up a specter plays. A surveillance camera can alert us to visitors, keep an eye on our homes, and make us feel safer. But what should we do if our surveillance systems show that we aren't alone? What if you look up and see a ghost romping on the rungs of your house's ladder? The family had no idea they were not alone until they checked their security camera and saw a stranger. 3. Morning Glory. And here we have Morning Glory, another enigmatic cloud captured in Australia's Gulf of Carpentaria. Australia has a history of shocking us, whether it be with snakes lazily lounging in our homes, bizarre animals that have no business being in our attics, or now these clouds that appeared out of nowhere. 4. More over-remote. The Emerald Lake in New Zealand is an incredible example of the strange ways in which nature can shape water, as it is a body of water formed within the crater of a long-dormant volcano. Strange footage captured by surveillance cameras. 5. A harbor master had to inspect the marina cameras after an unattended boat was discovered at their docks. To help him find the boat's owner, he watched the surveillance footage from the boat's first night in the marina. The clip shows the sailor standing at the bow of his vessel for a full 2 hours. Then, around 1:30 in the morning, he casually strolled off the rear and into the ocean. His body was never recovered. Nobody ever managed to locate his body. 6. A person gave the statement that all I have ever seen in surveillance tapes are naked people having sex. He had to use the public address system to warn them to quiet down or face expulsion from the college gym. 7. A was doing a maintenance check on some arbitrary train station at, like, 3 in the morning when he was security coordinator for a huge energy business. He checked the functionality of a camera by panning it as far to the right as possible, and he saw a guy eating a deer while on all fours in the midst of the train tracks. He kept an eye on him for a good 10 minutes before leaving to collect the other guy on shift, but when he returned, he wasn't there. Soon after he rewound the tape, the man finished his meal, cleaned the blood off his face, and strolled off into the woods. 8. The doorman and a person became fast friends at their workplace. Due to an issue with a security camera in one of the elevators, he told him he was analyzing footage late one night. On camera, a man can be seen entering the elevator lobby and pressing the button. Everything about him was creepy, especially the way he just stood there. He stood still even after the elevator arrived. He waited immobile for the elevator for at least 10 minutes before pressing the button again, and this time he entered the lift. So they missed out on seeing what he got up to on the way down because this elevator had a broken camera. Because of the security measures in place, they were able to track which buttons were pressed and if the elevator halted at any given time. 9. A buddy of one's brother's used to monitor the cameras at a local amusement park. One of those riverboat excursions was installed in the park with covert cameras to catch any potential acts of vandalism or public urination. A couple rode it one day, and the woman promptly began giving her partner the horns. After they were done, the girl spat over the side of the boat. In the case that any human fluids make their way into the river, a lengthy procedure must be carried out, including draining the entire river and decontaminating the ride. All of the workers are frustrated by how long it takes. His brother's friend intervened the moment he realized she was ready to spit by grabbing the ride's intercom and yelling, "Spitters are quitters, spitters are quitters." In her panic, she gulped it without realizing everyone was looking. 10. A person worked as an asset protector for a Walmart in a very heroin-addicted neighborhood. The most unsettling aspect of the drug's effects was how quickly a person's mental state may deteriorate from normal to psychotic in the course of a year. Use the footage from the CCTV cameras to piece together a timeline of their deaths. There was one man in particular who stood out to him. When he was originally arrested, he was exceedingly well-mannered and lucid. He's just a junkie who steals to satisfy his cravings. After a year, when he caught up with him for the 4th time, he was barely recognizable. He attempted to flee from him, but he stared him down and shouted, "I know you, Gary last name. Do not leave." I'll never forget the shock on his face when he realized that someone he didn't even remember actually knew who he was. 11. At the animal hospital where a person was employed, all of the exam rooms were equipped with surveillance cameras. They had to make sure their customers are comfortable while they wait, and they also need to protect themselves from any lawsuits. Those cameras have caught some really tragic euthanizations on film. In most of these scenes, the whole family, including the kids, clings to and coos over the dog. A guy came in to have his sick cat put to sleep, and as is our practice, he allowed him to spend some quiet time with the animal before he came in to administer the lethal injection. He was waiting for him to finish packing up after the euthanasia so he could check the surveillance footage from the back room. But then, he pulled out his smartphone, snapped a few photos of his dead cat, and departed. 12. A person woke up at 2 a.m. once to make sure his son was okay, and then he went back to sleep. After turning in for the night, he checked in on the monitor on his phone for a bit of peace of mind and observed two glowing orbs, which looked like eyes in the dark, peering in through his window. He hastily entered the room to take a look around. He had no luck peering through the clouds, so he switched back to the screen. Nothing at all happened. He went to sleep again. The dots were still on the screen when he woke up an hour later, so he walked outside of his door armed with a revolver. Though he turned up nothing, it did appear that whatever had been sitting by the window had trampled the monkey grass for a bit. The next couple of evenings he slept in a sleeping bag in his son's room. Those lights were never seen again by him. In such unusual circumstances, how would you respond? Tell us in the comments down below. Here, we come to the end of this video, and we hope that you enjoyed this video. We will surely be coming up with more of these incredible videos. Please keep showering your love on our videos. And also, like, share, and subscribe to stay updated. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.